What's up? It's I don't know what time it is. 6:30 maybe. YouTube's down. I just thought it was my Wi-Fi, and I just kept trying to refresh it, right? But Facebook and Instagram work, but I keep trying to do the same thing over and over, even though logically it is not my internal internet that's down. YouTube is down because the others work, but you keep doing that, right? It's the same thing when the power goes out, everything's out, your house is quiet, it's the loudest thing there is. No noise is really the loudest thing there is when there's supposed to be noise, and you keep checking that light switch. And years later, if the power was completely out of habit, you would still do the same shit, right? That's insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Well, I just finished working out, and I don't remember who it is, came on, and there's this song, and he says, everything I touch turns to shit. It's all on me. I was hanging out with that bitch, she took off on me. I was really digging her too, right? When you verbalize the negative, you're going to have more negative coming. And it might not be just that you created the negativity, it's that you verbalize it, and that's what you're going to attract. If people are fucking with you while you're negative all the time, who's going to be next to you? Only negative motherfuckers. And it's going to be a one-up. They're not going to be there to find a solution. They're not going to be there to help you out of the hole. They're going to be there to compare negativity. They're going to try to one-up your negativity, and before you know it, you're going to be trying to one-up their negativity. Look how pretty that blue sky is. Maybe it's just through the lens here. It's almost black back there. But when you walk in a room and your head is up and you stand erect and you inhale and your shoulders are back, you have confidence. No matter what happens, even if you fake it till you make it, eventually it'll become who you are. So when you walk in and dudes are like, hey man, this is a good job. Yeah, that's all we do is good. When you say shit like that, even jokingly, you start to believe that, you become that. But when you focus on that negative shit, you got more of that shit coming. And I was, this isn't along the same lines necessarily, but similar, the YouTube stuff, right? I keep trying to get YouTube to work. I kind of listen to YouTube stuff in the background because it expands me rather than laser focused. I want to work in different mediums. I want to do some woodworking. I want to do some leather. I want to do some other stuff. So I just, while I'm on the treadmill for an hour in the morning, every 5 minutes, I up the speed just a little bit and I up the elevation one. And before I'm done, my elevation is all the way up and I have to lower the speed to keep that pace. But I listen to YouTube in the background, and I'm just listening to different things, mostly maker stuff. I watched a dude make 9 of these bifold wallets, and I'm like, shit, I could totally do that. But he's doing them all by hand. He's hammering them and pre-cutting the holes and then tying the stitching. Well, that's neat, handcrafted, but if you're going to do that and incorporate it into something real, that's all you're going to do if you do handcrafted shit. Because when you watch the evolution of these leatherwork guys, they all start handcrafted because they don't want to put or can't afford to put, $2,000 in a sewing machine. Well, I got a shop full of sewing machines. So how do we do that along the other line? So I just kind of listen to that in the background. Not the best for a hard workout because fast, hard, fucking angry, hateful music is really the best thing for a workout. But that's what I listen to in the background, and I just keep going. And this morning, I really didn't want to work out. I've been slacking on my workouts. So I came in here, and my goal was just to use every piece of equipment in the garage. Not even heavy. If it's not heavy, high reps, 50 reps each piece of equipment. And then just round robin it. Just keep fucking doing it, right? But YouTube was down. Then I saw my friend say, hey, is YouTube down? And I'm like, oh shit, YouTube's down. I'm like, well, if YouTube went down, and then I saw Google services were all down, and then I saw the Fed got hit yesterday. The Fed, the Treasury, somebody got hacked yesterday. Well, that's the Great Reset. I mean, it's coming, right? The 14th, a bunch of shit's supposed to happen. Is that the date today? But what if we dwell on that? Oh no, the 14th. Oh no, something's coming. Oh no, oh shit, asteroid's coming. Oh shit, how do we prepare for that? I don't have a tunnel. I don't have a bunker. Oh no, what are we gonna do? I can't get to Greenland. The new Greenland movie looks pretty badass, right? You just waste days worrying about that. you waste years worrying about that. You just waste time when you could have used that time. And what if that asteroid doesn't come? What if you prepare and prepare and prepare and prepare, but you don't have a bunker? You just sit and worry. That's the big thing with most of this. Most guys talking about this shit, most guys worrying about this, they're not acting. They're not making any forward motion. They're just having the same conversation everywhere they go. Hey, you know, this thing's supposed to happen. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Well, you don't do anything. You know what all of you can do? You can do some fucking push-ups. There's a floor right there. You know what all you can do? You can do some lunges. You know what all you can do? You can do some pull-ups. You can go for a walk. There's a lot of shit you can do, but everybody wants to do the collecting. They don't want to do the work. Colin used to say, when dudes were like, because we do these motivational videos, we didn't even realize they were motivational. I don't know. I guess Lance probably did. Lance was doing them and took us in that direction. Lance really started that, Lance and Colin. But Colin used to say, oh, you can't afford a gym membership? There's this thing, maybe you've heard of it. It's called fucking outside. Go the fuck outside. And Colin used to lead a group workout for all the girls in the morning, and he'd have all these girls out there doing like football camp shit, and I hated that shit because it didn't involve collecting a piece of equipment. Because you could go to the gym, and when you go to the gym and you work out, you got a 15-minute drive to the gym, and you got a 5-minute get ready for the gym, and then you got to mix up some fucking motion, potion, lotion, whatever, you know, you got to drink to get you motivated to do the gym. And then you have 2 dudes you're working out with, so for every 5 minutes you really work out 1 minute. So an hour's worth of workout, you worked out really 15 minutes maybe, 20 minutes. But the outside workout, you just do it, and you use that whole hour, and it sucks, right? No collecting involved. So I just turned this on to talk about YouTube for a second, but some other shit came out. But what if YouTube is down? Most of us don't own books anymore because we'll just look at YouTube. What if some shit really happened and all we've been doing is talking about it, but we didn't prepare for any of it, right? I got some firewood stacked up. I got a firewood processor. I've got trees and forest all around me. I got trees down we can cut. You know what I don't have? I don't have anything that burns wood. So we'll be making a campfire. What are we gonna stay outside and stay warm next to the campfire? Shit really goes bad. The last thing you want's a motherfucking campfire, because the bad guys are gonna come up out of them woods and they're gonna shoot you while you sit next to your campfire. And then they're gonna take your women and they're gonna take your stuff that you've collected. When really, you should have tested all this shit earlier. What if the power went out? You know how everybody prepares for these things? Go turn your breaker off and see how prepared you really are. But nobody wants to do that. They just want to go and collect. I'm a collector. I have buildings full of shit I've collected. I'm a hoarder. I guess I just hoard really good shit though. So what if YouTube is down? It is. Are they scrubbing things right now? Who knows? What if we come back and my channel's gone? What can you do about it? Build another one. We've been saying this was going to happen for fucking the last 3-4 years. Library, right? Library. What's the other one? I can't remember the other one. Odyssey. You have lots of options. BitChute. What if those things are down and they're gone and we've all talked about it, but most of us did nothing about it? I don't know. Sometimes starting over is really the best thing, because when you start over, you don't have all the baggage, you don't have all the luggage. You can start over fresh. Could you imagine? Getting rid of shit's the hardest part, right? Getting rid of stuff, that's the hardest part. Look, I have tons of shit I've amassed. Most of this shit I didn't own when I moved in this building. Amass, collecting. When really, if you put the time and energy into just acting rather than collecting, just 10% of the time you spend in collecting, if you acted, imagine how your body could look. Imagine how your bank account could look. Imagine how your shit could look. I didn't go out of town this weekend. I go out of town every weekend. We go collecting. I love doing it. I spend time with Amanda. People are like, when they see Amanda and I in a restaurant, we're both on the phone and we're both doing shit, and they're probably like, do they even know each other? We're together 24 hours. 24 hours a day almost. We're always together. And that was the case raising the kids too. So it's a little different. But we go out of town. We collect. We didn't go out of town this weekend. What did we do? We worked. Slept and worked, slept and worked. Topped the battery, slept and worked. Worked. Got a lot of shit done. There's a table full of work. You can see it in the video last night that I did. Amanda did tons of shit, processed all the belts. I've already cut them all. The girls are going to sew them this morning when they walk in the door. You know what happens when we don't go out collecting? That bank account stays bigger. It grows fast, too. And when you let it just grow and you don't spend the money, you have more money. And then when you do spend the money, you can do more important shit, bigger shit, grander stuff, whatever, right? That's just it. Do you want to build a facade that looks a certain way? Or do you really want to have the real thing you're portraying? Put the energy into something you can do. We can't stop an asteroid. We can't stop EMP. Can you get ready for it? Kind of. Kind of. But most dudes are busy just buying more and more of whatever, right? It's like buying water. Buying water. We better go to the store and buy water. Water's free when it runs. You should have probably put it in something rather than spending $2 a bottle and then being pissed off when Best Buy is charging $48 for a case of water. And then you're trying to be mad at Best Buy just because you weren't prepared. Just act, guys, act. I guess that's the key to this. When I turn these on, I always am in one direction. We end up fucking going 180 degrees backwards and sometimes zigzag back and forth. Maybe there's some information. Maybe it spurs one guy to think. Hopefully it spurs one guy to do something he's been saying he's going to do and just hasn't. Because really, that's what it usually starts with. We all know guys that are missing arms, limbs, fingers, whatever, and can still do the task that we're saying we can't do. You just don't want to do it enough. So turn off the social media, turn off the distraction, turn off the noise, put on some angry, hateful music, and just start to move. Hear all those gunshots? 80 motherfuckers trying to kill one duck. More power to you, boys. You're just in the wrong place today. It's not cold enough for ducks, I guess. That's what they tell me. I don't know. I've never killed a duck. Well, I've killed plenty of ducks, but not on purpose. Not wild ducks, you know.